Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the children's message from Christian Baptist Church, where we've been following Pastor Andrew's sermons on I Am Free. Today, we are going to talk about I am free from my circumstances. And the first thing I thought of when I thought about just a bad day or just bad circumstances was if it rained. And I think we all have felt that at one point when it has been raining, that we don't have the sun, we just feel blah, we might want to go back to bed, we can't go outside and be with our friends, and it just kind of gives us that feeling that why does it have to rain? So today, our experiment is going to be to create rain, and we're going to see why rain is important, we're going to see what can come out of rain, and then we're going to go to the Bible and talk about how our circumstances, like rain, has a purpose.
So in this activity, you need a jar, some hot water, a large piece of ice or a few pieces of ice, and a small plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the hot water and we're going to fill the jar about 1/3 of the way. And as you can see immediately, the rest of the jar is kind of fogging up, getting hot and steamy in there. We're just going to wait a second, let it get nice and warm inside the jar. Okay? And then we're going to take the plate, put it on top of the jar. Alrighty, you can see little droplets forming. That's where all the heat is rising and it has nowhere else to go. But now, when we add the ice, it creates this cold atmosphere. So when the heat rises and meets the cold atmosphere, all of a sudden you can start seeing some of those droplets coming down. And that's what creates rain. So after you found your rain, the next thing you want to do is maybe play around a little bit with the light and the water to see if you can form a rainbow to get those colors just the right angle sometimes. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bitty rainbow towards the middle there, but it's a fun little activity. Oh, maybe that's a little bit there. Fun activity to see at the end of any rainy day. There's a rainbow.
So now that we have created our rain, we've learned a little bit of science today about how the heat will rise and it meets the cool air, and then we see our rain droplets. And that's what happens in the world around us. But what we talk about afterwards, why is it important that rain is something that we experience? And I think we know the answer to that we wouldn't be able to have the plants we have, we wouldn't be able to grow our food, we wouldn't be able to feed our animals, and then in turn it wouldn't be able to feed us. And on top of that, we wouldn't be able to enjoy all the beauty of the green grass and the flowers that God has created. So rain has a very important purpose in giving us all the things that we do enjoy, much like our circumstances. So I'm going to invite you to go to your Bible with me, and we're going to read James 1, verses 2, 3, and 4. And it just says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete and lacking in nothing." Doesn't that sound like the rain? That even though we want to go back to bed, even though there's no sunshine, even though we just feel blah, when we're persevering through those circumstances, we know that there is a reward at the end, that we're feeling fulfilled in Jesus. So as we look at our circumstances, maybe your child is dealing with a friend that they just can't get along with, or maybe your child is struggling at school. It is a good opportunity to still talk to them about how their faith in God can help them through those circumstances as well. and building those skills, building that headspace where the first thing that they do in the sign of trouble is go to God, definitely builds a healthy habit of going to God in our troubles so that we can pray and thank Him when He's seen us through.